Go back and review 3. Okay, move on now into your second room, and you're on file number 6. On file number 6, I want you to see another dam, just like the one you visualized on number 2. The difference now is that this dam doesn't have water behind it, but it has cue balls. The white ball on a pool table is a cue ball. So on file number 6, see a cue ball and a dam. 2 things go on file number 6. See it with a crazy story. Focus on it. Touch it. Feel it. Get that image in your mind. Now review 4 and 5. Okay. Number 7. What's your file? You got it? On number 7, I want you to visualize a jack. Like you're jacking up a car. Visualize yourself jacking up a car because you have a flat tire on your number 7 file. See it with emotion and vividly. Go back and review 6. Now look at file number 8. On file number 8, I want you to see a van burning. A van has crashed into your number 8 file and it is caught on fire in an explosion. A van burning on number 8. Now, move around the room and you're on your number 9 file. On your number 9 file, I want you to see hair growing out of your file. Tons and tons of hair. It keeps growing out of that file, and you cut the hair, and more grows out, and you cut it again, and more grows out. See that picture vividly. Cement it in, review number 8, and now let's move on to file number 10. On file number 10, the last file in your second room, I want you to visualize a tie. I want you to see somebody tying a tie around your number 10 file. Maybe it's a bright red tie and it's standing out. See it on that file. Now, move into your third room. You're on file number 11 now. On file 11, I want you to see polka dots, red, yellow, blue, green, orange, polka dots all over your number 11 file. They're moving around in circles in a crazy picture. Now move over to number 12. You're on your 12th file. On this file, somebody is standing over there and they're getting a suit tailored or a suit measured. See somebody getting their clothes measured or tailored on file number 12. Go back and review the polka dots on 11 and the tie on number 10. Now we're on file 13. Very clearly and very vividly, I want you to see you're filling up your gas tank. And you're filling it up and gas is going all over that file. You can smell the gas. You can feel the gas. Somebody throws a match over there, an explosion, and it blows up. See gas on your number 13 file. You're filling up a gas tank. Review 12, make sure you know it, and review 11. Now we are on file number 14. On file 14, I want you to see an earring. That's right, like a woman will wear an earring. Put an earring on 14. Maybe you're piercing the furniture and giving it an earring. Make sure the image is solid, see it, smell it, touch it, taste it. Now move on to number 15, the last file in your third room. On this file, visualize a Buick, a car, a Buick. A Buick comes crashing in to your number 15 file. If you walked in that room and you actually saw it, you would never forget it. So, see it. Now, move to your last room. You're on file 16 now. On file 16, visualize a man's beard. A man is growing a beard. He hasn't shaved in a while. And that beard is covering up that entire file. Maybe Santa Claus, white beard growing all on that file. After you see it, and you know you got that image, then move to file 17. On file number 17, I want you to see ants. Ants, like insects that crawl on the ground. Ants, and these ants are drawing. They're drawing pictures. They're painting. They're Monet ants or Van Gogh ants. They're artistic ants. Remember, view the beard on the one before, and the Buick on 15, and the earring on 14. Now we're on file 18. We're almost there. Hang in there. On file number 18, I want you to visualize a college campus. A college campus. See the kids at the college, or maybe see the dorms. Visualize the campus on your number 18 file. Now, moving to your 19 file, almost there. I want you to see a fog or a mist or a haze. And this fog, like on Halloween, that dry ice, this fog is coming up and it's enveloping the file and you can't even see it anymore. A fog or a mist or a haze on file 19. Now the last image is on file number 20. On file number 20, I want you to see Garfield the cat. Garfield from the comic strip on your number 20 file. Okay, now you should have 20 items filed to your house files. Right now ask yourself, what was number 1? What was number 10? What was number 15? This is what I'd like you to do. In a very brief moment, this CD will reach the end of this track. When it reaches the end of the track, stop the program there and get a sheet of paper. On that sheet of paper, number 1 to 20, and see how many of them that you can recall. It has to be the correct item beside the correct number. If you get stuck on one, skip it and move to the next. Don't stress on the one that you don't recall. That will just mess you up on the next ones. Okay, we've reached the end of this track, so stop the program now and write out the 20 pictures that I just gave you. So how do you think that you did? Did you get them all? Well, let's see. I'll give you the 20 answers and see how many of them that you got correct. Number 1 was washing machine. Number 2 was a dam. Number 3 was a thermos. Number 4 was medicine. Number 5 was a man in a rowboat. Number 6 was cue balls and a dam. Number 7 was a jack. Number 8 was a van burning. Number 9 was hair. Number 10 was a tie. 11 was polka dots. 12 was a tailor. 13 was filling up your gas tank more. Number 14 was an earring. Number 15 was a Buick. Number 16 was a beard. Number 17 was ants drawing. Number 18 was a college campus. Number 19 was a haze. And number 20 was Garfield. So how'd you do? Did you get all 20? If you did, then give yourself a hearty congratulations. If you didn't, then don't beat yourself up over it. It's for one of two reasons. Either number 1, you didn't know your file, or number 2, your image or your glue wasn't strong enough. You must have strong glue for this to work. You must have a vivid, strong, emotional image for this to work. So what was the purpose of that task, you ask? Well, that's a good question. Let's say you wanted to remember a list of 20 words, and these 20 words represented facts for a test. Well, guess what? You just memorized the first 20 presidents of the United States. That's right. I just turned the first 20 presidents of the United States into pictures. For example, who was the first president of the United States? Well, it was Washington. What did we file to our number 1 file? That's right, a washing machine. You see, we have 20 abstract words for the first 20 presidents of the United States. We turn those abstract words into pictures to represent the names. Let me show you what I mean. Number 1 was a washing machine for Washington. Number 2 was a dam for Adams. Number 3 wasn't Thomas Jefferson, it was Thomas Jefferson. Number 4, medicine for Madison. Number 5, man in a rowboat for Monroe. Monroe. Number 6, Q Adams for cue ball and a dam. Number 7, Jack for Jackson. Number 8, a Van Burnen for Van Buren. 9, hair for Harrison. 10, a tie for Tyler. Number 11, polka dots for Polk. Number 12, a suit getting tailored. Our 12th president was Taylor. Number 13, you're filling up your gas tank more. The 13th president was Fillmore. Number 14 was an earring. The 14th president was Pierce. Number 15 was Buchanan. Buick for Buchanan. Number 16, we had a beard, which represented Abraham Lincoln. Number 17, his name wasn't Ants Drawing Johnson, it was Andrew Johnson. Number 18, a college campus for Grant. You might get a grant to go to college. Number 19, a haze for Hayes. And number 20, Garfield for Garfield. It's pretty amazing, huh? You just memorized the first 20 presidents of the United States in the correct order in just a few minutes. It's really remarkable when you think about it. What is even more remarkable is that I could say who is the 10th president of the United States, and all you would have to do is go to your 10th file in your house, and boom, there it is. Who is the 10th president? You bet. It was Tyler. This is a really great system, and the benefit to this system is not that you can recall the presidents of the United States. You can use this system to recall whatever you want. Let's say you are a member of a chamber of commerce and you need to give a 5 to 7 minute speech on your business. You always get so nervous in front of people and you forget what you're supposed to talk about. That doesn't have to happen anymore, because you now have a system that will enable you to memorize the bullet points of your speech. Before you give that speech, turn the main bullet points into pictures. For example, if you want to talk about the low cost of your services, put a price tag on your number 1 file. If you want to talk about the quality of your product, then turn the word quality into a picture. Maybe you see a BMW or an expensive car for quality. After you've done this with every bullet point for your speech, then you stand up and you talk. You see a price tag and you know that you're supposed to talk about price. And when you get to the file that has a BMW on it, you know you're supposed to talk about quality. Believe it or not, a candidate for governor in a very large state is using this method to give his campaign speeches. I sent him my memory CD so he could learn it. What I recommended is that he make each room of his house dedicated to a different subject. His kitchen is the environment room. The bathroom might be the economy room. The living room might be the homeland security room. Then when he's in a debate or giving a speech and he wants to talk about the economy, he would just mentally jump to the bathroom, and in that room on his 5 files, he has turned the 5 things he would do different in regards to the economy on the 5 files in that room. Or perhaps you're a student and you're studying for a history test. Well, you make one room your general's room. In that room, you put all the generals who fought in that war. The next room might be your battles room, and one room is your dates room, the important dates during a war. You file all the generals that you need to recall for your test in one room, and you put all the important battles in the next room. And then when you're taking the test, you just jump to that room in your mind. It is a simple yet extremely effective process. I've seen people use their house files to recall the periodic table of elements by turning each element into a picture and filing it to their files. I've seen them use it to memorize a poem by turning 2 or 3 words of each line of the poem into a picture and filing it to their files. This is a great system. I encourage you to use it to recall grocery lists, poems, speeches, or product knowledge. Once you perfect it, you will wonder how you ever got along without it before. Well, if you've grasped the concept that I've given you right now, you should be pretty excited. But let's take it a step further. I encourage you to build as many as 50 files. Personally, I have 300, but that isn't necessarily. Simply build more files. You could select more files in your house, or build neighborhood files like we discussed before, or perhaps choose 20 files at your office or favorite hangout. I like to spend time at Texas Ranger baseball games, and therefore, I've made the ballpark where the Rangers play a 20-item filing system. Number 1 is the pitcher's mound, number 2 is home plate, and so on. Have fun and build more files, and then practice, practice, practice. If there has been one of the repeat questions or favorites that everyone in my seminar asks is, how do you recall names? The answer is the exact same way you recall a poem, chapter of a book, or study for a test. You do it with location, code, and action. Now, the location is a little different, though. The location is not a piece of furniture in your house or a building on your block. The location in this scenario is the person's face. How many times have you heard it said, you know, I am so good with faces. I never forget a face, but I just can't remember names. Remember, the reason that we say this is because we saw the face, we never saw the name. Therefore, the key to recalling a name is seeing it. If you want to remember a name, be sure and visualize it. That is the secret. The first step in recalling a person's name is the location. So when you meet someone, look at their face and select a location or a file. For example, if they have bushy eyebrows, then make the eyebrows the file. If they have a scar, then that's the file. Maybe a beard or a mustache. In other words, when you look at the face, ask yourself what stands out on this person's face. Is it pretty eyes? Is it glasses? Whatever it is, that becomes your file. Once you've established a file, you then get their name. They say, hello, my name's Brian. And let's pretend that you've already decided that Brian's file is going to be his nose. As he says his name is Brian, you turn his name into a picture and visualize a giant brain dripping out of his nose.